Hello, my friends. My name is DadCraft73, and welcome back to another episode of our 1.15.2 Vanilla Minecraft Let's Play series. I hope you're having an amazing day. I hope you're healthy. I hope you're taking care of yourself. And I hope you're following all the rules of our federal and local government and staying where you need to stay and being good and healthy. That's the most important thing. Hey, I've been doing a little bit of work around the base here, just a little bit, not too much, but let me tell you something now. You guys, oh yeah, okay, fly. Let me just go down here. Yeah. How do I get back over? Okay, so somebody said, I think a couple people said, hey, you should get some bush leaves and put them along this path, and it will look even better, and it will sort of give you a better line of demarcation between the different fields. And let me tell you what, whoever came up with that idea first is a super genius. That is for sure and for certain, because man, it's amazing. It looks so good, and it looks even better from the air. I want to go back up here, and can I? Yeah, okay. No chance of me landing on any of that stuff. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. But look at that. Look how good that looks. Oh, I mean, I love it. I love it so much. It looks really good. Yep. See, that's why I try to listen to people. I don't like when people tell me how to play, but if you give me little suggestions, I'm like, hey. And then we do the suggestions, and we're super happy, and it looks really good. I put them over there as well. You can't see them quite as good because we're sort of getting close to the edge of render distance, I guess. But that looks really good through there. Oh, if you could see it with your own eyes, you would be awestruck. Let me tell you that right now. Anyway, so here's what I've been working on between the episodes. I've been defining these fields. I've been trying to figure out how many fields we actually need. So we have wheat. We're going to have carrots. We're going to have potatoes. Yes, for sure. And then we're going to have something over here in this field. And I think it'll look really good if we... Oh, where? In this? Oh, this little field here. So this is like a little tiny field right here. And I think this one is going to be netherwort, because I think a full-grown netherwort field might look really, really good. So we've got a couple of the fields laid out. We've just got to figure out what we're going to do down here. So if we do carrot, potato, netherwort... As far as growing items, we can do beetroots, but we don't really need a ton of beetroots. And then I'm not sure exactly what to put over here. I'm thinking maybe just some super, I don't know. I was thinking melon and pumpkin. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we'll do there. Or we may just do another wheat field over here, because everyone needs wheat. You need it to make donuts and stuff. So I think that's how we'll do it. So I wanted to bring you guys along, and I wanted to show you my process that I've been going through to make these little fences. And it's really not much of a process, so don't get too excited. But I've literally just been I've been picking a spot that I think is going to look halfway decent. Like in this case, I think it might be here. And I've just been putting down... Yeah, the only downside here is I've got to figure out how to get to this field, if I can even do it. Maybe I don't need to do it. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Let's eat something. And I'm trying to be super over the top, not necessarily random. I'm not trying to be overly random, but I am trying to be as organic and just throwing different blocks in here and just doing different things wherever I feel like doing them, because I think what the end result is when we do that is it ends up looking really good, especially from a distance. And remember, these are all going to be filled with crops, but even just looking across there, it looks like it's all broken up. It's been around forever. Maybe we've come in and done repairs on it. Maybe these are old sections. This is a newer section we're trying to repair. Who knows? But I just think it looks good. And we're just going to do that a little bit more here. And we'll connect this guy like so and like that. Okay? So now we've got this sort of broken wall that runs across there, divides this field into multiple sort of pieces. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend this guy, this little path, so we can sort of meander through the fields, right? So we can go all the way over there. We'll take a look at it in just a second. We may have to do some more connective work. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to make a path that just runs down along here and then goes all the way to there. And then this will be the final field, and we won't need a path to get to it. Not that we're really looking to get in there. I mean, we can, I guess. I don't know how, but I'm sure there's Well, I mean, there's these blocks every so often, so we can get in there. But I really just like it from like a visual standpoint. I think it looks really good. I'm going to be out of wall segments here in a minute. Let's see how many we can end up doing. So if we start here, we'll throw like one of these in here, maybe one of these, make it look cool, and then we'll just kind of start coming down along this existing wall, this other wall that we already have in place. Do I have? Yeah, I'm gonna have to go get some more, but that's okay. We can get them. And I've been trying to prioritize the use of the cobblestone walls just because I really like the way they look. And I'm trying to get, you know, some height in there if we can possibly do that. I hear zombies. Are they under the ground? Nothing's hollow here. It's all filled in, so not sure. There might be a cave under there. But let's at least get the line done. Yeah, we'll put like a solid block in there. And maybe another one on top. And then a stair, so it looks a little variance in height. And I'm not even really trying to do anything too special here. We're just making a path, making a wall, just throwing blocks sort of in a line, and just seeing what we end up. And I haven't, you know, I haven't been like, this hasn't really been premeditated at all. We're just putting it together, making it look awesome, I think. We're trying to. All right, let's go get some more wall segments. Really just need cobblestone ones. I had to make more rockets, man. I am addicted to flying around on these crazy rockets. It's starting to be a real problem. Okay. But see, already that looks pretty good. And I really believe it's the, once you add in the path blocks, oh, it looks good. I love it. Okay, we need to sort of go this way now. Let's get, I do have, yeah, a couple of these. Maybe we'll use these guys, and we'll put one of these on top, and then we could go like that maybe. We can also throw a couple of these down, because they look cool. And we can just kind of get this thing stretched out across here. We also need to make sure that we're dealing with height whenever we can get some. So let's just put a couple pieces of stuff in there, and then we'll go like so. Maybe a whole block there. Maybe even one like that, so it looks like it's sunken. Yeah. Okay, it's getting to be dark, so let's finish this up really quick, and then we'll come back after I sleep through the night. And I want to bring some bushes with me too, some leaves, and we'll deal with those as well. All right, let's go like this. Let's go like this. No, that's not what I want. Let's go like that with this last piece, and then we can just run this into this other wall. And then, of course, we're going to take our shovel, and we'll just make this into a path block. Okay, so let me go grab, let me sleep through the night. I think it looks so good. Man, I'm a fan. Yeah. Ooh, that came in a little hot there. I don't know about you, but I really get into these builds. Like, I really like immerse myself in them, and that's all I want to do. I had some jungle leaves I got. I also have some oak leaves. I just went over to the jungle, and I guess the ones on the ground are technically oak. So let's grab those real quick. And I don't think I need anything else. I just want to sleep through the night. But yeah, I get absolutely like 100% all in on these projects, and it's all I want to do. I mean, I have to work, and I have to take care of my family, and you know, do my real job and all those different things, but at the same time, I do a lot of thinking about this Minecraft game, that's for sure. Hopefully you guys do. I'm pretty sure most of you do as well. Okay, so the only downside with where this whole thing is going to be, I want to finish this thing here, is that we are in the savanna. So that means leaves and grass, for that matter, don't look good. But, you know, I think that might be okay. We don't want to necessarily do all of these blocks, but we want to do most of them. Yeah. And we could come back and put some other stuff in there, but yeah, I think I'm just good with the path blocks, because you know how it is. I'll tell you what. So in the back of my yard, we have a dog, and we take the dog out, and there's like a spot, and I'm going to convert it to like an actual path because I don't know, but it's just where you walk. You walk down through the backyard, and you've got this little path through the grass that eventually gets worn down because you follow the same steps the whole time. And yeah, so that's sort of what my idea here is. These guys, people have been walking over these things forever, and I think that we'll go like this, and just put some stuff along the edges here, maybe both sides, because bushes don't care who you are. They're going to grow where they want to grow. Maybe we can just put a couple in, make it look good. Okay. Yeah. Oh man, it looks good already. Where we can, we're going to put them on the inside. I also want to make sure I get some on top of the wall as well, because, stuff might kind of grow that way. Why not? Okay. Yeah, we got stuff over there. Now we don't need to go. We don't want to go too crazy. We don't want to get too spammy with the bushes. Maybe like one there. Sure. Okay, stick one here maybe. Let it roll over the top. I like it when these things are sort of like, I like that for some reason. I just like the way it looks. Okay. We're going to be out of leaves pretty soon. Okay, can I get out of here? Is there any place? Right here, maybe? Yeah, okay. Let's go down this edge. Not this edge, but the inside edge, I think. Wherever it makes sense. We don't want to get too crazy here, because we certainly don't want to block our train. Okay, yeah. So just like that, we've sort of transformed this place from just being plain old cobblestone. Man, such a great idea. I wish I had thought of it myself. Then I could be like, hey, I'm super smart. Check me out. But instead, you guys who are super smart have thought about it, and I'm listening to what you say, and now it looks like I'm super smart. See how that works, man? Yeah, you guys know the deal. Okay, so I can work on some of this between the clips or whatever that we're doing today. So I don't want to spend all my time just working on walls, but let's take a look up here. This will be our vantage point. Oh, okay, good enough. Yeah, look how look how good that looks. Yes. Yes, yes. I do want to see what it looks like. Can I like get up in the air and maybe go this way, like way up in the air, and then we can turn around and we can slow. Look at that. That looks so good. Yep. Okay. Perfect. All right. Now let's think about what we're gonna do as far as our railway. Not really. What's the word? Not. Oh, you know what I need to do? Let me see. Let me see how far I can get. I want to at least. I don't necessarily need to put the roadbed in, but I have to like define where the train is going to come in, because then I'll know how much room I have and if I need to expand. I'm pretty sure I am going to have to expand. So this thing is going to cut straight down along here. For as far as we can go. Oh, I'm supposed to be mixing them up, aren't I? I don't really have the ability to mix them up. I'll come back in and do it. Okay, not a problem. Let's just stretch this as far as we can possibly stretch it. Okay, so I think I want it to come all the way down to the end. And then over here, where this big acacia tree is where we're going to have our, like, train station? I guess it's a train station, or whatever we want to call it. What's it called? Like a depot, whatever. So that it's all going to be down here. How can we get back up there? Oh my goodness. Okay, so we'll run the tracks all the way down, and we're probably going to have to send them. I don't know where we're going to do the turnaround. One of you guys told me. It's not called a roundabout. That's like traffic circle. but it's called a turntable, which makes me incredibly happy anytime I get to say the word turntable in a video, because then it makes me think of that Beck song, Two Turntables and a Microphone, and then I start singing it nonstop. So I tell you what, let me do a little bit of work. I'm going to do a little bit of work off camera, and I'll bring you back in just a second, and then we'll talk about how we're going to build this crazy thing. I'll see you in just a second. Alrighty, my friends, we are back. Man, I've just been literally trying to think. I have a problem that I'm going to talk about with you guys in just a second, but I've been just walking up and down these railroad tracks. I love it so much. I do. It looks so amazing. I'm so glad we started this project. Anyway, so here's what I've done between me. It's not been a whole lot because I've literally been trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this situation that we have for quite a few minutes. But anyway, I dug out all the dirt from this little farm right here, and we planted some netherwort in here. I had to go to the nether and get a bunch of soul sand. I think it looks really good. And we put all these rest of these bushes, these leaf blocks in, and I think they look really good. I think we're really starting to get something here. That's for sure. My friend Rethgul said, hey, I have this idea. Maybe you could fill up like the majority of one of these fields with too high grass, like, like this kind of stuff, too high grass, and then like pretend like it's hay. I think that might be an excellent idea. It's just going to take a lot of bone meal to make that happen, but we might be able to see what we could do, and we could do like most of it and then have a little part of it that's been mowed. Oh, I think that's really good. I've made hay many times in my life. My first job ever when I was a young lad many years ago, I used to work on a man's farm that wasn't too far from where I grew up, and we did everything, pick corn, and we planted and pick vegetables. He had like a little fruit stand, and he sold to a whole bunch of, or like a vegetable stand, and then he sold to a bunch of the local grocery stores so they would have fresh produce. But in the fall, well, a couple times a year, whenever the grass got long enough, we would make hay. And yeah, that's work. If you don't think that's work, man, you don't know what the real deal is, because those guys are working hard out there. We should always be thankful to our farmers. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So here's the problem that I have. So let's pretend that we are a train, right? And we're coming down the tracks, and there's just an old station sitting right over here, right? There's just a station, and we pull up to the station, and then the idea was we could go down, spin around in the turntable, and then go back out. The problem that we have is getting either one of two things to happen. Either one, getting a spot where we can unload the cars, and more importantly, how do we get once we spin the train around, the locomotive around, the engine, once we turn it around, how do we get it back out in front of the cars? If we're going to pull them out, we're not going to push them. Now, I have seen some trains where, like inside, like rail yards and things like that, they use like a small little locomotive to push things around. But we're just talking about one locomotive with one train that comes rolling in here, and we're going to build the ability for the train to turn around, but then we have to get that locomotive out in front of the train cars again. Does that make sense? So that presents a big problem because we only have one track. So what that means is we're going to have to build like a switch, like a junction so we're coming down the rail, we're getting ready to come into the station where we're going to unload our goods, and we need to take the rail and we need to sort of make like a bow shape. Like if we want to do it here, I'll show you. So this is the main rail, right? And then and let's say, I don't have any other blocks. Let's say this is the station right here where we're coming in. We have to come off the main rail and then rejoin it like this. So we have to have like a little side track there that we come down, and if we want to, the locomotive can pull in this way. He can uncouple the cars. He can go here, spin around on the roundabout, come back in, back up, hook up the cars, and away we go. Okay? So we have to have the ability to drop off the cars and let the locomotive turn around. So that means we have to figure out how to make that happen. And I'm not 100% sure. I know what it looks like. I've seen it lots of times in real life. But we have to figure out how we're going to make it look that way within the confines of our railway that we've got here. So I think what we need to do, even though I really don't want to, I don't want to spend the amount of time that this is going to take, I think we're going to have to define, by the way, I'm switching, I'm out of dirt. I don't have any more dirt. I've got a little bit that I could probably use for cover, but I think I'm going to have to use cobblestone to start doing the underlay area, which is fine because, you know, we're not going to see it anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. So I think what we need to do, and this has to be fairly big. I'm just trying to get my measurements in. I was thinking I could start it right here maybe, but I don't know if that's going to give us enough track because there will be a little bit. So we have to go like out and then straighten. And I don't know if we have enough. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to start right here at this spot right here. And I'm going to start filling in ground underneath right here at this edge. And I think this is going to give us enough leeway where we can actually build that switch and get out there so we can then once we have that done, then we can actually build our... I don't have any room. I don't care. Then we can build our thing. So, and all we really have to do, it doesn't have to be like that crazy wide. We can go like that, but we have to put the roadbed in, and then we just want it to be, so we don't need much. We just need 2 tracks. So I think, let me get my shulker box here. I emptied one of my shulker boxes that I had laying around, and I have all my pieces parts in here for like roadbed. So I'm thinking if we can, all we have to do is get it to 1, 2, 3, like that wide. So this would be the other roadbed, and that means that it's going to have to go in those 3 and join, right? So at some point we're going to have both roadbeds kind of mashed together so we can provide the switch. And then there'll be the other side over there, and then we'll run this straight in until we get down here a good ways, and then we have to go back and become 1 track again, right? So we build that little bow. Okay, so I'm gonna start getting work. I'm gonna get working on that. I wish this was one of those things that we could do together, but I have no idea how long this is gonna take. It it might be a while. I mean, it's gonna take me a while to fill up all of this area here with cobblestone and then get some dirt and put on top of it. But I'm gonna get to work on this. I don't know how far out we're gonna go. Probably we have to go out a good ways. Yeah, I mean, so the roadbed is what, 7 blocks wide, so we're probably going to have to go out, like maybe we'll just go out the whole way to here, and that'll probably be enough. And if we could just run this straight then, I mean, that's going to be a lot of block placing, and then I got to go cover the whole thing over with dirt when we're all said and done, so it doesn't look all raggedy and look like cobblestone. So, not the most fun, but man, we're doing, I don't know how I got myself into this. I just had this crazy idea. Hey, we should make a cool train tracks around our farm, and now we're in. I blame people like Dramasmith and Crafting Mantis. It's probably their fault. So if we need to place blame somewhere, I think we place it squarely on them. Anyway, let me get back to work here, and I'll bring you back once we've got a solution, and we'll see if we can't stretch out this track and make it look awesome. I'll see you in just a second. Alrighty, my friends, we are back. Okay, I think I have something going on here that's, I think it's going to be acceptable. I'm just finishing up my track, and then we're going to take a look at it. But I figured I'd bring you guys back. We're going to get this done, and then I'm going to have to call this episode a done deal. I have to get up in a couple hours. It just took way too much time this evening to get this episode done. So it's going to be a little shorter than normal, or at least maybe not have quite as much content. But, you know, it's very important to me that we get content out on a daily basis, especially for those of you who may be suffering from, you know, being locked down or whatever that might be. It's good. It's good to have content. And, man, we've done some work today. It's not like we've done absolutely nothing. I just ran out of time to get more. I was hoping to finish all of this off, but I think we're going to get at least a track portion of it done, and then we're going to take a look and figure out how we can make this thing awesome. We're not done yet, though, so... But I think this is going to look okay. I just need to finish up these sides over here. This is my expert randomization process, where I literally just switch back and forth between these two every couple blocks, and sometimes do like 3 or 4, sometimes do 3. Who knows? All right, let's just put these in like so. Perfect. I never in a million years. Maybe before they had like easy mode iron farms for like a single player, even single player like server world. Hello, voice. Don't go south on me. So my thought is that these areas where we would have where like the track is sort of I don't know what the word is. Like dividing off or whatever, like where we've got this junction in the track, that we would just have longer ties in some parts, maybe not there, but I think here what we're gonna do is we need more blocks over here, don't we? Okay, no, these don't need to be no, maybe like that. Okay, and then we're gonna put these guys in along here. Let's get this out of the way. This can go away. And actually, maybe we can bring this in a little bit, because these areas, especially if you do, I don't know if you guys are model railroaders. I know a couple people, or at least one person said in the comments that they do some model railroading. Back in the day, I remember when I was a kid, I got my first train set, and these like junctions, we always call them like a switch track, I think is what we called them, or something. And maybe that's what this is, a switch. We have to build a switch in here because the idea would be that this would be manually thrown. So if you throw it one way, these, like, I don't know, something would slide back and forth to either direct the train to go straight, or it would direct the train to follow this path. So we have to figure that out, but we will get that done at some point in the near future. Okay, and then let's just finish out the rest of the... Oh, stop putting it back in the exact same spot. Oh, you junk thing. Oh, man. All right. Hold on. Stand by. There we go. Now we're back in business. Let's learn how to put stairs down. Okay, so maybe we want to do like one there and one there, maybe. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, maybe this still sticks out a little bit too far, but I'm okay with that. I mean, whatever. It's trains. Train area. I was thinking if the scale of this thing is right, and I think we're okay. I think it is. So I think starting like right here, though, what we're going to do is... I think I want to just put some stairs in here, like so. Maybe take this guy out. And this guy. To sort of get that feeling of like, yeah, I'm going to leave that just like that. Okay, so now we just got to put in the rest of our ties, and we should be able to take a look above this whole thing and see how it's going to look. Yeah. Okay, and then here and here and here, and then we're back to our normal ties. Okay, so let's put some of these in real quick. Oops. Okay, yes, that goes there, and then that, and that, and that, and that. And then this side over here, we almost got this thing filled out. I think I have a little bit more dirt in my shulker box. I'm gonna have to get some dirt. I think I might go over there to where the AFK fish farm is, and just go over there, like where all those birch trees and oak trees are, and just harvest a bunch of dirt and call it a done deal. I don't know if we'll ever be building over there, and if I do it over the hill somewhere where it's not very conspicuous, it should look okay. Okay, so these are all done, and then we just need to get a couple more things here, like so, and now we can switch to this like that, and then, yeah, okay. Okay, so let's take a look and see what we think. I think it looks pretty good. I mean, it looks to me like it's hard. It's hard because, you know, anvils are, you still need to make it like a rail. It's not like we can actually place it on the diagonal axis. So if we could do that, that would make everything a lot easier. But I'm still pretty happy with what we've got going on here. Let's get ourselves a bunch of cobble. By the way, between the clips, my tools were starting to get a little bit low. Especially my pick is still a little bit low, but my shovel was getting kind of low from digging dirt and getting soul sand and stuff like that. So I went and traded a bunch with my villagers and held this in one hand, this in the other, and it repaired my elytra and repaired all my gear at the same time because everything has mending. Yeah, I think that's good. I mean, it has to be somewhat gradual. Yeah, I mean, I think that works. It's as good as that corner over there, I think. And I think we can doctor this thing up a little bit, maybe by switching out some of the blocks. I think we need to put a little bit of gravel in there, here and there. But now we have, so what this is going to mean for us is that we're going to have another bridge, a big wide bridge that's going to allow both of these tracks to go over across that water. And then at some point they're going to have to rejoin. So we have to figure out where that's going to be. But this gives us this big area here for the train to come in. The whole goal here, right, is the train to come in. He can, once we get it connected, right, the train can come down the tracks, the switch can be thrown, it can go down this way, and once it's got the train off of the main track here, right, all the cars, it can decouple if it wants to, it can proceed down the way, it can get turned around, and then it can come back if it wants to, and then if any of these cars need to be pushed or anything needs to happen to them, we can push them this way. So again, this is not going to be some big huge rail yard. We just have to handle the fact that the locomotive is going to come in and turn around and go back out, but the cars don't. Does that make sense? I think so. Oh man, I went from just having one awesome rail to it's getting bigger and bigger by the day, it seems like. By the way, there's that farm. That looks really good. I need to harvest all that and spread it out a little bit more. I'm happy with what we've accomplished today. I mean, it hasn't been like earth-shattering, that's for sure, and we still have to get our fields laid out, but man, everything's starting to come together. I think next time we might start working on our depot or our station or whatever we're going to call it, and it's definitely going to be on this side of the tracks because I want to be able to come this way and see the tracks and then the station sitting here. Yeah? Okay. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. I'll be back tomorrow night, of course, or tomorrow afternoon, with another episode of our Engineer's Life series. Thank you so much for your patience while I've been dealing with going back and forth to college with my son and getting all his stuff out of the dorm. But until next time, please remember to be cool. Don't be a fool. And from my 1.15.2 Vanilla Minecraft Let's Play series, I guess we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.